in or watch the recording later. Yoga blocks, I like to have two. One is better than none. And a yoga strap. So these are things that can help and support you when you do your yoga practice. Available at your local Target or Amazon. So we're going to begin on our backs. Lie on your back. I'm just going to get my watch. Be right there. All right, when you're on your back, get yourself comfortable. You can always use blanket also as a yoga prop to support you, or a pillow for your head. Your legs can be, basically placed in a way that feels comfortable. So you can, I'll give you some options. Bring the soles of your feet together. One option. Another option is just step on your feet. So your knees are pointing up. You can take your knees wide. You can knock your knees in, thighs in. Another option. Or you can just take both legs long. That might be where you want to be today. So both legs can be long. You don't have to engage or work in any way. Just let your legs naturally rotate the way that they want to rotate. Maybe your toes point out, away from like towards the sides of the mat. All right, so just find what feels good. And then place your hands, take your hands to your lower belly. And palms are facing down. Have your middle fingers come into touch. Relax your arms. So your elbows, back of your arms should be touching the ground. I recommend having your eyes closed, especially if you have lights on, because you don't want the light to bother you. And just take a moment to scan your body. We'll begin at the toes. Just relax all your toes. And then feel your legs, the bottom of the legs. Just try and relax those muscles. Same thing for the top of your legs. Try and ground your lower back as much as you can. Relax your belly. All 10 fingers. Nice and long. Arms on the ground. Feel the back of your shoulders also moving toward the ground, on the ground, and maybe bring the shoulders back a little bit more. Collarbones are broad, your chest is open, so your heart is open. Feel the back of your head touching the mat, and maybe shake your head no. And then find stillness for the head, and make sure your throat is nice and open so that your chin is not touching your chest. Drop your head back a little bit. Your lips are lightly touching, your eyes are softly closed. Begin to connect to your breathing. So some of you might not know what that means. Essentially what it means is bring your attention to your breath. Watch the breath as it moves in and out through your nose, through your nostrils. Or maybe you connect to your breath by feeling the belly rise and fall when you breathe in and out. So your hands are placed on your lower belly for that specific reason. You're going to inhale through the nose, feel the belly rise. And then on the exhale, feel the belly drop down. And your middle fingers, if they were touching, when you exhale, will come back together. Inhale. You should feel your middle fingers come apart. And then on the exhale, feel the middle fingers come back together. So that is all you need to do here. Right now, we're practicing a breathing exercise called 3-part breath Dirga Pranayama. Breathing in and out through the nose. So when one comes to practice yoga, it doesn't always have to be the physical practice, the postures, the exercise part of a yoga practice. Sometimes we do breathing. In yoga, there are eight limbs of yoga. The fourth limb is pranayama, which is what we're doing now. Prana translates to mean life force. I think of it as energy that exists within our bodies, our energy body. And we can access that part of our body by practicing pranayama, which is the breathing. So try and lengthen your breath. Long inhale, long exhale. So the second part of the breath is when we move our hands up and place our hands on our rib cage. So palms are flat. Maybe you move your fingers to actually feel your ribs, right? We don't do that often. So maybe just gently poke around, feel that bony structure of your ribs. And then place your hands flat. Maybe bring your middle fingers into touch, just like we did. I want you to take a big full inhale through the nose. You'll feel the expansion. The ribs move out and up, or maybe it's more up and out, but feel it. And then on the exhale, you'll feel your ribs move down and toward one another. Again, inhale, belly, and into your ribs, feel the ribs. And then exhale, feel them again come down and toward one another. Breathe in, nice long breath, wide breath. And exhale, let it all go. In and out through the nose when we are practicing this breathing exercise. And a lot of breathing exercises, not all, we breathe in and out through the nose and our mouth remains closed. Intercostal breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Do that a little bit on your own. And then the third part of the breath is all the way up to the top of your chest, where your collarbones are. So move your hands up and maybe take your hands and just again explore feeling your collarbones. Maybe up to your shoulders you feel, your throat, your breastbone down there, around there. And then just take your hands and again, place them flat with your middle fingers coming in toward one another. And don't hold your elbows up, let your arms drop down. Same thing, except we're trying to feel the breath in the top of our chest. We want to locate the breath there. So the breath needs to be deep in order for it to get there. So breathe in. And then out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good inhalation. Exhalation. Inhalation. And exhalation. Just practice a little bit on your own. And keep your right hand where it is. Maybe move it a little bit more over so it's laying at the center of your chest. And then take your left hand, place it on top of your right hand, and just use this moment in class to set an intention or dedication, which is usually done in my classes, at least at the beginning of class. So finding something, words, person, something you're working on that you want to focus your energy on. However, sometimes we choose to dedicate our class out to something or someone. So you can always direct your energy in that way also. So setting your dedication, your intention for class, and also for how you want to move yourself throughout the rest of the day. So don't let the intention or dedication stay here on your yoga mat when you leave the mat. You want to take it with you. That is one of the beauties about this practice. Breathe in, breathe out. So we're going to begin to move a little bit now. Hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms tightly around your legs. And as you're here, just move a little side to side. So move a little bit to the left, not so much movement that you're falling over directly to that side, just a little bit of movement so you have control of your body and your movement. And then I want you to make circles with your knees around your hips. So take your hands and place them, I guess we could say above the knees or below the knees, like you're towards your shins. And then just begin to move the knees towards your belly and then away. So make your circles all the way around your hips. And then move the other direction. Move your knees over to the left or the right, just the other direction. And again, making those circles. And then still yourself, give yourself a hug. Take your knees, drop them to the right for each twist. Take your right hand up into the air and then place the hand on the left leg. And take your left arm and move it out to the left so both shoulders are on the ground. You can play around with where your legs are placed. If you want, you could move your knees closer to your chest. You could check out what that feels like. Or you can move your knees away. So find placement of your legs so that you feel a stretch, that you feel something. You can also, if you want, take your legs nice and long, but try to keep that left shoulder on the ground. If you notice the left shoulder pops up, then bend the knees. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more breath. And then you'll take your time, come onto your back. And then bring those legs all the way to the left for the same thing, the twist. Take the right arm out to the right, left arm reaches up, and then take the left hand, place it on the outside of the leg. Drop the right shoulder, maybe press your hand into that top leg, bringing the top leg closer to the bottom leg. And then play around again with the placement of the legs. Do you want your knees closer or more away? Or maybe you want to take the legs and lengthen them. And wherever you are, just breathe and feel it. And then from here, make your way onto your back. Take both legs nice and long. Reach your arms over your head for a full body stretch. I want you to hug your right knee into your chest. Lace your fingers in front of the leg. Draw the right thigh towards you. Now let's all make the left leg active with our left toes pointing up toward the sky. Gently bring that right thigh as close in towards you as you can. And then imagine the wall in front of your left foot, and you're reaching that left foot forward. Relax the shoulders and breathe right here. Breath is in and out through the nose. Connect to that 3-part breath right here. Breathe in belly, ribs, top of the chest. And then exhale, let it all go. Now we're going to take the right leg up into the air. This is where you might want to grab your yoga strap. You have a yoga strap. You're going to take the strap. You're going to bring it right under the right toes. You're going to press that foot up into the strap, and then I'm going to pull the strap down to the foot. Left leg active, toes pointing up, right toes pointing back. Ground the back, let the shoulders relax. Focus on your breathing and what you feel. Connecting breath, connecting body through movement. Now hold the strap in your right hand, pull the strap towards you, and then let the leg drop to the right, just about like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 degrees. If you were to put an angle on it, keep the left leg active, gently bring that strap towards you. Lower back on the ground, both hip points should be equidistant to the ceiling. Maybe you can drop it a little bit more. Maybe not 15 degrees, maybe 10. And then bring that leg all the way up. I want you to lower the leg down. Just let the strap go. Reach your arms over your head. You're going to hug the left knee in towards your chest. Don't worry about the strap. Look at it soon. Right leg active. Draw that left thigh towards you. Get your strap, bring the strap right below the left toes, and then press the foot up to the strap. Right leg remains nice and active. So I'm pulling the strap down and toward me just a little bit, just to maximize the stretch. And then from here, grab that strap just in the left hand. And then drop it about, I'm going to do about 15 degrees. But if you have more, feel free to drop it a little bit more or maybe a little less, whatever. Just bring that strap towards you a little bit. Keep that right leg nice and active. And then move that leg back up to center and then lower it all the way down. Nice. All right, remove your strap. Step on your feet. Bring your right ankle on your left thigh. Take your right hand to your right thigh. Press that knee forward. Back is on the ground. You can stay here, step one, or pick your left foot up. Hands behind that left thigh. So if you look between your legs, you'll see a little triangle. That's where the right arm went through. And then left arm or left hand meets your right hand. Gently pull the left thigh towards you, right knee away, ground is on the back. Right foot is flexed, and if you want, you can take your left leg up toward the sky. So the sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Right knee shifts forward. And breathe. And from here, you'll let it go. And we switch sides. Left ankle, right thigh. Right hand, left leg, press the thigh forward. Stay here, or left hand through the triangle, right hand meets the left hand. Left foot flexed, left knee away, thigh towards you, and maybe lengthen this right leg. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Find your breath, 3-part breath. Practice your 3-part breath. Dirga Pranayama. Deep breath in and out. In, out. One more breath. Bring both feet down. Bring your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Your knees are pointing up. I want you to windshield wiper the legs side to side. So drop the knees to the right and then up and over to the left. Just gentle movement. Knees over to the right, up and over to the left. Drop your knees over to the right this time. Stay there. Pick your right foot up, place it on that left leg. Just to go a little deeper here. More of a stretch in the side of your body. Drop at the shoulders and breathe. And then from here, lower the legs, keep those feet not hip distance, as wide as your mat. Just drop them to the left of your knees. Pick up that left foot, bring it on that right leg. And the shoulders drop back. Nice breathing through the nose. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, come out. Hug your knees in. And you're gonna make your way up to sit. Find your right leg so that it is in front of your left leg. Bring your knees a little closer in. So your front shin's parallel to the front of your mat. And let's just roll our shoulders a little bit. So lift the shoulders up and back, up and back. Good, up and back. And then drop your chin to your chest. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And then center, left ear to left shoulder. So just some little neck rolls. Maybe place your hands to your knees. Nice, slow movement. The next time your right ear, find your right shoulder. I want you just to keep it there. But take your right hand, place it above that left ear, and just a little press. Good, let's release, pick the head up. Drop your chin to your chest. Other side. Try to sit right on top of the sits bone so you're sitting up nice and tall. Pick your head up. Roll the shoulders back, hands by your side. Inhale, lift your butt off the ground. Pull your navel back and up. And then lower and come into a forward bend. So bring your hands in front. Chin falls to chest. You're going to rise up, take your arms all the way out, all the way up, in breath. We're going to take a twist to the right. Exhale, drop your hands, right hand on knee, or right hand behind you, left hand, or my God, I'm doing the opposite. Right hand's behind you, left hand's to the knee. Sit up tall and rotate. Look towards your right shoulder. Chin parallel to the ground, so try not to drop the chin to the chest. You want to sit right on top of your sits bones. Shoulders move down. Crown of your head reaches up. Breathe in. And twist. We come back to center and we switch the cross of our legs. Find that seat, a tight little seat. Shoulders back, fingertips to the ground. Pick up your butt off the ground. Inhale. And forward bend. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Drop the head. Maybe shake it no. From here, we're going to rise up. We're going to reach our arms all the way up. Lace your fingers, flip your palms up. Squeeze your fingers, try to break them apart. Just doing a little bit of shoulder work. So palms face up. Try to get your pinky fingers and your thumbs in the same plane. So look up. Reach, reach, reach up. You want to find a gaze. So look forward and down. We call that a drishti point. Focal point. Outward, but get you to go a little bit more inward. Good. Now keep your sits bones even. You're going to drop your right fingers. Inhale, side bend over to the right. Try to have this arm nice and straight. Good. Both arms up. Breathe in. And other side. Inhale and side bend. Exhale. Both arms up. Now we're going to goddess the arms. So take your arms, rotate them, palms face forward, bend at the elbows, elbows back. Good. So think chest open, shoulder blades come in. And now we're going to open and close. Inhale, open, close on the exhale. Bring the arms, the hands together. Open up on the in-breath. Exhale, bring together out-breath. Good, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Open. And close. Good. One more time. We'll open on the breath in. We close on the breath out. And then bring your hands right to your heart. Anjali Mudra. Just close your eyes for a moment. Take a moment to center. Maybe come back to your intention or your dedication. One more thing we're going to do seated here. Take your hands, bring them behind your back, lace your fingers. Lengthen. I'm bringing my arms away from my back. Try not to lean forward. Try to stay sitting up nice and tall. Find your point to focus on. You can always have your eyes closed when you practice. Do what feels comfortable. All right, we release. We make our way to tabletop. Hands and knees. So when you're in tabletop, you want your wrists directly under your shoulders. You want to create a strong foundation through what is on the ground. So think hands knees, feet, okay, or legs, feet. Spread your fingers, create as much surface area on your hands as you can. Your wrist creases should line up or be in line with the top of your yoga mat. Wrists and shoulders are stacked, okay? So just make sure you have your arms set up correctly and hands are about shoulder width distance apart. If you take a peek at your knees, do that. They should be directly under your hips, not behind, not in front. You are on the tops of your feet. So you're on the tops of your feet. So you're not having your toes curled under, which we do in yoga. But when we're here, tops of our feet are on the ground. Neck is long, okay? So you're looking down at the ground. You're not looking forward or up. You're not looking between your legs. You're looking right in between, which is down at the ground. Now your pelvis is in a neutral position. So if we want, we can come into a pose called cow pose and we could tip the pelvis forward. So the tailbone reaches up, sits bones up. And then if we tuck our tail, that's like a cat pose. That's when we take the ball of the pelvis and we tip it back. We want in between that. So just play around a little bit with your movement of your pelvis. And then try to find something right in between where your tailbone is just pointing directly back. Belly button, I want you to focus on your belly button now. I want you to take it inward towards your spine and a little upward towards your heart. Bring your mind's eye to your shoulder blades. Okay, I don't want the shoulder blades coming together. So I don't want you to collapsing your chest down, but I also don't want you to round so much in the top of your chest. Kind of find in between. So it's like a neutral position there. Do your best to find it. And now from here, we're just going to come back to child's pose. So just bring the hips back. Keep your neck long though, so don't drop the head. Just look forward. Come back to table. And then bring the hips back to your heels. So it's not a full child's pose. It's like a mini child's pose. So come back to table. And then to child's pose, or just bring the hips back to the heels. Now you're going to come back to table and we're going to do something called cat and cow movements, moving with our breath. So on the inhale, I want you to lift your tailbone, shoulder heads back, drop the head back, cow pose. On the exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone round the back and let your head fall. So you're looking between your legs now, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Keep your arms as straight as you can get them. And then exhale, cat pose. Drop your chin to your chest. Arms remain straight the whole time. Inhale here. Exhale, cat and cow. It's a really nice way to connect breath and movement. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. On the exhale, you're going to round. So find cat pose and now find a full child's pose. So bring your hips back and then slide your hands forward and bring your forehead, your head to the ground. If your head doesn't touch the ground, you can always bring your yoga block right under your head. That'll just lift the ground up. Have your arms extended. So this is extended child's pose. Hips back, fingertips forward. My arms are straight. Sometimes people do this and just have their elbows bent. Find whatever feels good. Do what feels good. This here is a resting pose. So in a yoga class, at any time you feel you need to come into child's pose for a little bit of a break, please do so. Listen to your body. We're going to walk our hands over to the right. So we'll stay in child's pose. We pick our head up to do that a little bit. Walk the hands as far over to the right as you can for a side stretch. Just let the head go. You might find the ground, or you just might be holding it up. Back up to center and then over to the other side. So hands over to the left, head down. From here, we come back to center. We come back to tabletop. So find your table. We're going to do a pose called thread the needle. So we're going to twist our table. Right hand stays. Take your left arm up. Fingertips point up towards the sky. You're going to take this left arm behind the right. You're going to land on your head, left side of your head. left shoulder, right hand. If you look at it, it should be by your face, right elbow points up. Lean to the left. And if you want, you could take this right arm out on the diagonal. Okay, and you could just press into that right hand, lean back, feel more of a stretch around your left shoulder blade. This is again called thread the needle. We also call pigeon on our back thread the needle, but it's a different pose than the other one we did on our back. It's really nice if you're really tight in your back, the top of your back. Take a breath. Slide your right hand back. Press into the right hand. Take the left arm up. Second side. So drop the left hand. Take the right arm up. Take a big breath. Reach your right fingers up. Press the left hand down. And then take that right arm behind the left and land. Good. Right hand, look at it. Right by your face, right? Elbow points up. If you want, take that left arm straight, again, on a diagonal, and then lean to the right. Press into the left hand. Find your stretch. And then from here, slide the left hand back, so hands by face. Press into the left hand, stretch your right arm up, fingers up. Bring your right hand down, find your tabletop position. All right, we're gonna do a three-legged table. Take the right leg up and back behind you. I want your right toes pointing down. So when you do that, your hips are level. Now notice what your belly is doing. Try not to sag your belly. I want you to pull the belly back towards your back. So navel pulls back. Fill in your lower back. Right toes down, equal weight in both hands. Your neck is long. We're going to switch sides now. So bring the right knee down, left leg up and back behind you. Drop the left hip. Navel pulls back. Equal weight in both hands. Neck is long. Good. And left knee down. Right leg up and back behind you. You're going to step the right foot now, right between your hands. So look at that space between your hands. I want your foot right there. And if you need to grab your ankle to help yourself get the foot there, then do that. So foot between hands. Walk your hands up to your right thigh. Left knee down. You're on the top of the left foot. Right foot down. Knee and ankle are stacked. Shoulders back. Arms up. This is called crescent moon pose. So fingertips point up, right foot down, shoulders relax. Palms face one another. Nice and tall here. If you want to get into your hips a little bit more, you can shift this right knee forward. You'll get more of a stretch in the front of this left thigh, your hip flexors. And then you're going to drop your hands down. The next pose is actually pretty good with blocks. So I'm going to grab my 2 yoga blocks, bring them around my front foot. I'm going to come onto my right heel and slide the foot forward. This is called a half split. Sanskrit name is Ardha Half Hanuman. You can keep your hands by your foot. You can walk your hands back. You can lower your blocks. And you also don't need blocks. But I know for some people, many people, you have really tight hamstrings, so the blocks help. Help. So pull the right hip back, left hip forward, flex that right foot, and breathe. You can let the chin fall to the chest. You can just let that head go, eyes open or closed. From here, slide that right foot back, step on it, right knee down, come into a child's pose. All right, from here, back to all fours table. Left leg up and back behind you. Left foot steps through, right between your hands. Walk your hands to your left thigh. Roll the shoulders back. Find your nice tall position here as if you were standing on 2 feet. Stretch your arms up for your crescent moon pose, Anjaneyasana. And if you want to get into the hips, bring that left knee more forward, but you're standing up still really tall. Press a little heavy into the back foot, top of that right foot. Use your toes to ground you. Reach your fingers up, get longer. And then we'll come to that half split position. So hands down, straighten the front leg, slide that left heel forward. And again, use your blocks if you need to. Toes are pointing up and back towards you. Hips are squared. Shoulders back. Fold if you have that in you, space in you. And then let the chin fall to the chest. Coming into, again, Ardha Hanuman half split pose. A fantastic way to open up your hamstrings. And then from here, you're going to slide that left foot back, step on the left foot, bring that left knee down, find your child's pose. Arms extended, forehead down. So this practice is a great practice to do anytime, really. Begin your day, end your day. Very slow, very grounded. Great way to get yourself back in touch with body, with mind. Great place to connect to your breath. Get into the present moment. And then from here, we're just going to do one more thing before we come down. We're going to come to sit up on our shins. We're going to do a pose called Gates pose. So I want you to stand up on your shins. I want you to take your right leg out. I want your right toes to point forward. And I want you to line up your right heel with your left knee. Hands to waist. I want you to lengthen your tailbone down, draw the navel back and up. Take your right hand to leg, reaching. Your left arm up, and then we're going to take a side bend. Reach it over. We'll come back to center, 2 knees on the ground. We do the other side. So leg long, heel to knee, toes forward, tails lengthening, hand on straight leg, other arm lengthens up, and then you lean to the other side. Press your hips forward, hug that lower belly in. Get as long and spacious as you can. And then we come back up. I'm just going to turn on my mat. So bring your knee down. I'm just going to walk a little closer to the top of the mat. Roll the shoulders back. You're going to inhale, arms up. You're going to exhale to all fours, tabletop. You're going to inhale to a cow pose. You're going to exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Again, cow. We're going to come into a cat pose. I want you to come all the way back to child's pose. And this time, bend the elbows, stack your hands, rest your head on your hands. You're going to sit up now. You'll bring your legs in front of you. Scoot all the way to the top of your mat with your toes right there. extend your arms, drop your chin to your chest, real slow with control, lower to your backs. Nice. So in yoga, a lot of times we do a little bit of core work. We're going to end with 2 core exercises. We're going to find tabletop position on our back. You're going to lift your feet up, get your shins parallel to the ceiling, line your knees and your hips, toes up. Take your arms up, fingertips point up to the ceiling. Your palms are facing one another. Good. You're going to extend the right leg straight. Let the foot hover. Take the left arm back and then come back to center. Take the left leg straight. Don't let the foot touch the ground. Reach the right arm back, back to tabletop. Again, right leg, left arm, and back. Exhale. Inhale, left leg, right arm, and back to center. Breathe in. Other side, right leg, left arm, exhale, back. Left leg, right arm, inhale, and back. One more time each side. Right leg, left arm, back. Left leg, right arm, and back. Nice. Bring your feet down. You're going to take your hands, lift your hips a little, just walk your hands so they're kind of supporting your lower back. Take both legs up. We're going to do some leg lifts. Let's do one leg at a time. So just let the right leg come down, let it hover. Bring the right leg back up. Lower the left leg and up. So breathe in straight. Exhale, lower the right. Inhale, both legs up. Exhale, the left. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's do both legs. So inhale, both legs up. And exhale, lower both legs down. Up. And down. 2. Up. And down. 3. Let's do 10. Inhale. Exhale. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. Bring your feet down. Hug yourself. In every yoga pose, we end in a resting position called Shavasana. Take the legs wide. Take your arms by your side. Palms of your hands face up. Drop each shoulder back. Close the eyes. Take a releasing breath. Open your mouth. Exhale. Do that again. Inhale. And exhale. In Shavasana, we try to lay completely still. We try to rest and relax our body. It signifies the end. Shavasana actually translates to meaning corpse. You know what a corpse is. So when we come into this pose at the end of the practice, we are just honoring the end of our journey through our practice. Letting go of work and effort and everything that it took just to roll out that mat and get on the mat and move our body and breathe and take time for ourselves. So just do your best here. If it's hard to keep the mind still, know you always have your breathing as a tool to keep you present. Come back to that breath we practiced at the beginning of class. If it is hard for you to be quiet and to be still, I will tell you when to come out. Just lie there, don't worry about anything, or try not to worry about anything. And begin to deepen your breathing. Move your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Extend your arms over your head, nice and long. Hug your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there. And then slowly make your way up, finding a seat. Coming to the end of practice, sitting tall. Join the hands together, your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra. Eyes can be open or closed. And I end my classes with the sound of Om. Feel free to join me or just listen to the sound of vibration. Breathe in. Oh. And then let your thumbs find that space between your brow. Drop your head back so you gaze up toward the light, toward the heavens above. And bow forward, so in your practice, gaze toward your heart. And just honor yourself for showing up. Honor all the light, love, truth that exists in you and all of us.